I'm always excited when a new issue comes out because it always tells a story of people doing really important things, both in their community, with the environment, which is what I specialize in, is environmental issues. And so the fig tree to me represents a diversity in our community that I just don't see in a lot of other publications or organizations. And I love that. I remember one time I was thinking about what could we do to come together as a community when I worked with rural communities, loggers, farmers, ranchers, and the collaboration that I think comes through in every article in the fig tree made me think about that. It made me think, why can't we put down our swords, so to speak, and try to find real solutions? And so just last week I was in Olympia. I'm meeting with Representative Kretz. And he's a very conservative legislator, and we're talking about wolves. And wolves are highly controversial, and he has to represent ranchers and farmers who are being impacted by wolves. And so we had a very pleasant 40-minute conversation about how we could work together. And I think that is the key for me, is working together to solve problems that apart, all you do is just put up your positions and you lose your interests. So to me, when I look at the Fig Tree magazine, when I read the articles, or hopefully make it to your lunch in a couple of weeks, that is what it's all about, is bringing diverse parts of the community. They could be diverse in gender, race, political viewpoints, bringing them together and finding creative solutions in our community. One of our biggest issues, of course, in the world is climate change, and so we try to think of our beaver program where we take troublesome beaver who might be eating trees or flooding property and relocate them to beautiful homes on the national forest, and they end up building these beaver dam complexes, and that is storing water, and that's what is going to make a difference for our changing climate, is to have a lot more wet areas. We also plant thousands of trees every year. Right now we're working with Spokane Ponderosa to plant trees on the North Spokane corridor. Those trees will also be grabbing carbon out of the air and sequestering it. We also building what I call beaver dam analogs. So if there's no beavers and you got a little creek that's been cut down and incised, you can put in posts and cross beams, and actually it'll trap sediment and it'll raise the water table. So we try to work with the city of Spokane, the counties, and even county commissioners in rural communities who love these beaver dam analogs. We're also pretty excited to be part of Spokane's effort on sustainability. I'm part of the Sustainable Action Subcommittee that City Council started, and we're crafting a plan that is going to talk about how we not only make our cities more efficient, easier to transport ourselves around with less energy, but also thinking of equity issues. Should we allow poor people to have increasing heating bills because we switch to a renewable source of energy? No, we should figure out ways to insulate those homes that they often have to rent and find those funds to help so that the equitable portion of climate change, mitigation is going to come through. Here's a company, and it looks like they're backing out of it now, fortunately, but proposed to build this big smelter to make silicon, which could be used in part for solar panels. But the way they went about it was very interesting. They were going to emit all these nasty carbon dioxide, of course, but also sulfur dioxide, nitrous oxides, and it was going to really hurt the air quality in Pend Oreille County and into Idaho. And so we approached it, and we met with ecology, and from a pollution point of view, if they were going to build it, is that a good location for it? What could we do to reduce the pollution? So we found that you didn't need to bring coal from Kentucky, for one thing. That was a huge expense of transportation, a waste of fuel and carbon dioxide to get it here. You could use local forest slash to make biochar, so you could get rid of the sulfur problem. If you put in the right scrubbers, you could get rid of the nitrous oxide problems. But then you still had a big carbon emission. And so you had to guarantee that those silicon that was produced would be used in solar panels and not just in some gratuitous, gift or toy or something like that was not really needed. And I think eventually we talked with the county commissioners, and I think they saw that this wasn't the right thing for them. But I will say, if we're gonna do a lot of solar panels, no matter where we do it, whether it's here or China or Moses Lake, wherever, we got to do it cleanly, as clean as possible, using local solutions. Yeah, what I love is we spread it around, and thank you for always delivering, a dozen or so copies, and people pick them up in our building, at the Saranac building, and I see them getting read around, and I like to share them with people. And I was very fortunate to be part of an article and got to share my experiences on working on environmental issues in this region. So the fig tree, to me, always has an interesting story, and it just tempts you to open it up and read through the story, and it inspires me, and it really inspires me. I really care a lot about Pend Oreille County, and we work on forest issues up there a lot. There's a big project up there. We're working with the Kalispel tribe and the state and the Forest Service, but also with the county, especially the northern end of the county. Their mine has shut down. There's not many jobs. There's not really even a hotel once you get north of Newport very far. And so we want them to help develop. They're working on maybe a little industrial park near their town, and I want to ensure that it's meeting growth management requirements, but also want to help make that work for them too, because they deserve to have good lives, good paying jobs, good schools. And so I think a lot about our rural communities around here, and I think conservationists should always do that. I mean, a lot of us live in cities. We need to be thinking about the impacts of what our actions are or what other actions are on those rural communities, because that's where our air and water comes from a lot of times.